Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Tides of Death. Our party has rested. Um, the ship is needing some repairs. I would like you to make me a singular carpentry check here, Pokemon. But before you roll it, success means that you've repaired the ship good enough that we never have to worry about it again. Failure means that you've done a pretty decent job of repairing the ship, but like it's not perfect, and the ship has not fully like healed itself, and it's not at full capacity, and you'll need someone who is a shipwright to do the repairs.
Got it. Are there any spells I could use to help him, by the way? Oh, never mind. He nailed it.
No, this is on him. Nice, epic carpentry check. It's fine. You patch it up. It's good as new. You slap some
anything that you can't do.
Slap some, what do you call it, tar on the inside, and you are good to go. A week later, the party is ready to set out.
With the cat in its barrel.
I assume you let the cat walk around the base. You don't just leave it in a barrel for a week, right?
I think I will try and keep it enclosed in at least one area of the base. Maybe not just one room, but I want to keep like some closed doors because this place is fucking huge. It could get, it could get lost.
Can a cat get lost?
I mean,
I think what I would have said to the party is, since the cat really likes Willie and Billy,
Bobby.
Wiley and Bobby, I think it is. I would have said we should let them like spend time with the cat in a room, maybe close doors, so the cat doesn't go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. We'll let Wiley
look after the cats. It goes in the barrel, yeah.
Okay. So, cat goes in the barrel. Barrel goes on the boat. Cat freaks out in the barrel. Hates being in the barrel. And it's going to be in the barrel for, it's about 9 hours between places. So 1, 2, 3, about a day and a half. And off we go. Looking for, where are we looking for, Nick? Where are we going?
Alcastar on the island after Summer Isle, I'm told.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yes. We are looking for Kolrogia Isle.
Kolrogia.
And let me make some encounter checks. See if we have any of these open water encounters yet. Well, I guess we did just have one. No. It's an easy day and a half to Kolrogia. You make your way past White Sands, and for the first time, you pass the Deadlands on your journey. The Deadlands is a fascinating place from the outside. It's this sort of rounded island with just a big mountainous ring that runs all the way along it. And there's a little bit of foliage, a little bit of greenery right near the base, right where some water runs out of those mountains. But for the most part, the place is barren and desolate, and there's no life there. You don't see any birds making nests on the shore. You don't see any creatures coming out of the water. You don't see any people or monsters on the land. It is just empty, desolate ring mountain next to the beach.
Miller himself, what is that place? Anyone live there?
I've never seen it before, or would I?
Sorry, I just switched the Discord region to make everyone work. We good now?
You sound okay to me.
Dale?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Mooten, can we hear you?
No, we can't hear Mooten, I don't think. Should we just switch to Zoom?
Yes, let's just switch to Zoom audio. Sorry, everyone. Hello?
Hello?
Does this work?
I hear you.
Yeah. Can't hear Mooten, though.
Can't hear Mooten.
Hello?
I hear
He's
Potato.
switching his audio, I think.
He looks frozen. Mr. Mooten?
Swapping his mic.
So,
I
why
look-
don't we just talk with Adam. It's fine.
Yeah, I look over the edge of the boat at this island while we're passing it, the volcano, and I just use my spyglass to look across the shore for signs of humans. Does anyone live there on the shores? Or is it completely desolate?
Completely desolate.
I do. Would I have passed this island? Would I have knowledge of it on my first time I was here?
Oh,
Maybe I would have heard a sailor tell a tale.
Give me a d20 and roll very high. Yes, you have heard a story about the Deadlands last time you were here. This is one of those islands that resisted the White Prince's ruling. This is one of those places where people didn't want to fall in line, similar to that other island you were at. But instead, this place, the White Prince, the legend goes, and everyone looks at this legend with a bit of an eye roll because it sounds too impressive to possibly be true. But the legend is that the White Prince dropped a literal mountain on the island, and the whole thing just sort of like imploded and exploded, and this used to be a different shape, and now it's just this like massive Deadlands of mountain range in which nothing lives. It is considered a cursed place, uninhabitable by creatures, and no one visits it. There is great fear and trepidation concerning the island.
Is it surrounded by mountains with a hollow inside?
That is the speculation, is that there is a mountain that is the border, and that within the mountain there is a lake with another mountain within it.
SS, is this working?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we can hear you.
Hi.
But
That-
all I can see with the spyglass is the sides of mountains.
Right. You can't see within it.
Yeah.
But you've been told, or Sale's been told, that within it is a lake or a sea with another mountain deeper within. But no one's really been there. It might not look like that at all. No one
So,
goes here.
If Sale's telling me this, I'll say, it could just be superstition. You know what people are like. If we ever need to bury some treasure, it might be a good spot to put it.
Yeah, it could be. I'm gonna see if I can read an omen, but I'm actually doing a moment reading spell. I wanted to ask you a clarifying question. Can I actually even cast this? Because the material component is different, but I assume I can.
Moment reading. Oh, because it has a 36 small discs made of polished bone engraved with runes that represent numbers. Yeah, you're going to need to get those separately. That's an extra component. You don't have that
Okay.
yet.
All right. I would assume I would know that, and then I wouldn't be able to cast
Of course.
the spell.
Yeah. Then
Okay.
you wouldn't have memorized it. Yeah.
What did Captain Widow say again?
Might be a good place to bury treasure if it's just superstition.
It could be. Probably worth exploring it before we commit to anything like that.
Maybe
Last time
Wiley will
we-
know something about it.
Yeah, maybe. But the last time we went on an island that resisted the White Prince, we didn't have a great time.
That's true. Yeah, looks like whatever he did to this place might have been even worse than what he did over there.
Or it could be just bullshit, and this island's been here forever.
Yeah. It is strange, though. If what they say is true and there really is a circular mountain range, it's a bit weird. I mean, I'm no geologist, but I've not seen something like that before.
Listen, your knowledge is as good as mine. I've never seen anything like this in my life.
It's a place back in Arcadia with like a peninsula of mountains, but I've never seen a perfect little circle like that. Maybe it is the God's work. I guess this is all the God's work.
Why don't you stick your head under the water and ask him? And I'll slap him on the shoulder.
Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. Oh, yeah. By the way, you should keep an eye out because Neal told Wiley about when I sort of nod my head to the water.
But is he trying to
what?
get everyone killed? What is he at?
He's He's a wizard, you know. He thinks he knows better. He's arrogant.
He's an arrogant asshole. That's what he is.
He doesn't respect
just
the
a
gods. Trust me. You don't worry about me, Sale. I respect the gods. I've seen what you can do. I've seen what that god of yours is capable of.
Yeah,
You won't catch any problems from me. Trust me.
and that's why and that's why we're on the same team, Captain. Because we're buddies.
That's right.
And I'll, like,
That's right.
awkwardly offer him my hand.
Yeah, I shake you, give you a sort of worried nod.
I'll give him like a very toothy and uncomfortable smile. Like,
I think I draw you in a bit close, and I whisper in your ear, say, "We're still good, right? The deal's still on." My soul.
oh, I think I'd have to talk to him again, but I think we might be okay, considering you guys have done a lot of work since then.
You're a good guy. You're a good guy, Sal. All right. And I take a seat on the boat. I was standing up to look at the Deadlands, but I sit back down and I reach into my jacket and pull out a bottle of rum that I'll take a swig of and hand to Sale.
And I'll have a drink.
Yeah. You pass the Deadlands, and many hours later, as the sun is going down, you can see the great mountain known as Solstice Mountain, or Mount Solstice, appearing on the horizon. It will be late by the time you get towards Summerland Island, but Mount Solstice is the first thing to appear. You might be able to catch the lights of Port August as you pass in the night, slowing the rate of your ship so that you don't, accidentally run aground into something as you sail by. And the next day, when the sun rises and you can pick up your pace, you can make your way to Kolrogia, an island inhabited primarily by dwarves, some other wee folk involved. It has a singular mountain range that sort of forms like a U-shaped protective area that faces the southwest side of the island. There's a small little village with a single dock coming out of it, and you can see like little smokestacks rising, little bits of smoke rising all along the coast up and down, where there must be like dozens and dozens of little tiny villages. There are a couple of trees here and there, but for the most part, the island is sort of, it's got the mountain range, and then it's kind of flat with some farmlands, just a little bit of trees. It looks surprisingly peaceful and quaint and nice. It's not this thick, heavy jungle or this barren wasteland of a desert. It's not like a haunted ring of where a god dropped a mountain. Not like these other places you've been to. It looks quaint, looks peaceful. And as the wizard Nilrum has told you, this is where most of the salt of this area comes from the dwarves who work here. It's very clearly well under the White Prince's domain. They fly the White Prince's flag for everyone to see.
Yeah. So you made out like there's like a little mini mountain range in the center of the island.
Mm-hmm.
Can we pull around to a point so that the mountains are in between us and the town?
Absolutely. You can sail to the other side of the mountain. And as you get to the other side of the mountain, you see the backside of the mountain range is a fairly desolate, not quite wasteland. Maybe steppe is a little bit better, or maybe a combination between steppe and desert. There's like grasses in some areas and barren dirt in others. That covers about maybe half of the backside of the island.
Cool.
You could land your boat here, but then it would just be like a walk across open, barren land for, I don't know, 8 miles or something.
I mean, I think we kind of have to. We can't have the boat being found. I mean, I'll say to the party and say, this place looks desolate and it'll be a tough walk around, but I think that's better than having the sheriff around here finding our ship again.
I nod.
Mm-hmm.
I'll agree.
All right.
Great. You guys can pull into the back of the island, pull this boat far enough up onto shore that you feel like it's not going to get washed away even at high tide. And the four of you plus a cat in a barrel?
A cat?
Cat's in a barrel, yeah. I'll carry the cat in the barrel since Archie went.
It's a big barrel. Are you going to carry the cat in the barrel the whole way?
Well, I can't risk the cat running away, so...
You don't have anyone here that can handle the cat, yeah.
No, so yeah, there's not really much choice.
Yeah, it's pretty unhappy in the barrel.
I mean,
Fuck the cat.
I mean, it's fine. We're giving it away, so
Okay.
it'll
right.
be happy. You know, we've got its best interests at heart here. It was going to die before we've saved its life. It's not our fault. The cat's too stupid to realize it.
True.
Captain Winters, have you handed that note off to anyone else to read? Have you read it actually aloud to them in full at any point during this thing, or are you the only one to have read it by now?
I'm the only one to have read it. I will read it for chat, though. It is a pretty cool note if you want me to.
I want you to make your own decision on this. I just wanted to make sure we're aware of the situation on the ground.
Well,
when we
I mean,
arrive.
I'm
If you
saying
read it for
that,
chat, I won't metagame it.
yeah, I'm saying that I don't read it to the party, but I'll
Yeah.
read it for the chat and for,
sure.
for the rest of the players. Okay, so it says, to whomever finds this, we have been becalmed by the cursed Kelpie. Her veg binds us in place, and at night she surfaces and calls. The first night, 2 men answered her and were lost below the surface. We were ready the next night, with bolts and flame. Yet 2 more men were charmed by her and lost to the waves. The third night, we gave her all our treasure, all our wealth, all our goods, in an attempt to placate her. 1 man was lost that night. The next, we cuddled under the decks, hiding from view. Yet her charms reached us still. Now only I and our trusty ship's cat remain, and I fear this is the end for me. The cat remains unaffected by her charms, so I have left her food and water in hopes that she will be found. I strike a deal with you now. Take Mamushi onto your ship. Treat her like a member of your own crew, and I shall endow you with her wealth. Bring her in this letter to Wilmington in Oaky Star. Swear you will care for her, and the treasure is yours. I will attempt to set out in the morning on the last skiff to seek shelter, but I expect I shall not make it. Farewell and good luck, Captain Starbuck.
I mean, you were honest with the party, no?
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Well, you marched across.
For the record, the reason I don't read it out there, I think it's good as the captain to have some air of mystery about what's going on. You know,
Yeah,
I've got all the details. You get the details you're given, even though they are technically all the details.
You're not magical, so your power comes from knowledge.
Exactly.
Things you know.
Mm-hmm. I can move around really quietly. That's my power.
You march across the wasteland here. Luckily, you've brought some water from your ship with you and your water skins as you make your way, spending half the day or so getting across the barren wastelands, heading for the mountains, finding yourself in a nice grove of trees right where the desert ends, right where the cool winds and the moisture can blow past the mountains instead of getting caught by it. And in the edge of the grove of forest, you
Let
can
it be
see...
known, when we were in our base, cast beacon on the cat, just so if the cat is
Amazing.
fucking gone, I could find it. Is that chill?
I don't think you can do it on a living object.
The object will radiate magic at a specific
Similar-
frequency.
Is it wearing a collar?
You could do it on a cat's collar. Yes, it does have a little collar with
I'll
a
do it
little
on a
plaque
collar.
that says Mamushi. That's fine.
Yeah. That's
yes,
fair, yeah.
it's an object, not a creature, though. But yeah,
Cool.
totally.
So 1 week per level, so I'll know where he is for 4 weeks if I do detect magic or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Excellent. You make your way to the little woods section that sort of marks the end of the desert over here. And through the trees, you can see there is a small village. And when I say a small village, I mean few houses, but also like small houses, like dwarven or halfling-sized village. Like the rooftop is maybe 6 feet tall, but the doorway is only like 4.5, maybe 5 feet tall.
What is it made out of?
This building is made out of stone. Large
Nice.
stone blocks with a little bit of mortar between them, thatched roof on top, little stone chimney, smoke swirling out the top. You can see moving throughout the little miniature village our little miniature people hauling goods back and forth.
How
They
much
look-
shorter are they than us?
These look to be halflings. They are about, I want to say 3.5 feet. Let me just double check I can't remember. My memory is not that great. I'm kind of like a goldfish. They're about 3 feet tall.
I can assume Archie has seen halflings, dwarves before in like Redport and stuff like that. Where he
You would
was-
have seen them.
the
They're
streets,
about,
yeah.
yeah, you're not going to be surprised by them, but you probably
Yeah.
haven't had a huge number of interactions.
It might
He-
give you the
he-
creeps, though.
No, he thinks they're really funny, actually.
Oh, nice.
Are you going to talk to these people, Mr. Winters?
These people? I don't think so. Well, what language do they speak? They speak Halfling back in Arcadia.
Probably speak common as well.
Maybe. I mean, Unless one of these guys is Wilmington, I don't think we got any business with them.
Well, maybe we could speak with them to find Wilmington.
Well, are we in Oaky yet, Neal, or not?
Nilram has told you that Oaky is the main town on
Yeah.
the island of Kolrogia. You're on some village at the ass end of the island.
We don't care about these.
Yeah, I've got no interest in the halflings.
Fuck
Yeah,
the halflings,
maybe-
Koibu.
Yeah.
Maybe we could hire one to take us to the town faster. He'd know the local routes.
I don't know. I don't trust short people who aren't dwarves.
Sounds.
What a stupid thing to say.
You want to give us a backstory for that one, Moot?
No, not everything needs a fucking backstory, okay?
He feels very strongly about specific sects of
Yes.
people.
It's true.
Right.
We ignore the
well-
halflings now. Stop
Yeah.
trying to make the halflings happen. We don't care.
We don't
Yeah,
give a fuck.
ignore the halflings. You can walk it within
Fuck
the
it.
grove of trees in the nice shade, carrying your barrel. You'll pass a couple of villages, and eventually you'll come to a place where the mountains get kind of close to the shore. There's maybe like a half mile between them, and so you can like go up into the mountains on high ground, or you can walk more easily along. Outskirting the mountains, which is where the little path that you're following tends. You will pass on this little path a cart pulled by 2 donkeys, manned by a dwarf with 4 halflings in the back, as well as a large pile of potatoes. And they are trotting down the road in your direction.
Now that I think, I will hail these people over. Hail, dwarven friend.
Dwarf, gives the reins a little Jimmy, gives a woo. Hello there. Calls out to you. The hell
to
you
see you,
doing
good to
over
see you.
here?
We're just visiting. Hey, what's the name of the village you're going to?
Dunton.
Dunton. Fantastic. Thanks very much. Well, unless you got any questions for us, safe travels. Just needed to get the
Excuse
lay
me?
of the land,
Where the hell are you going?
We're going to Oaky.
He points behind him. Yep, that direction. You're headed the right path.
Thank you. I thought so. My navigator here is one of a kind.
I give him a tip of the hat that I stole from that shitty bard that you wanted to force upon us.
Dwarf cocks his head to the side and goes, "Y'all look a mite bit familiar. Have we met before? Have you been to Kolrogia before?"
Yeah, we've been around these parts from time to time.
Not many folks your size come out of the main town. What brings you to the Outlands?
Just
I'll
seeing the
slap Norm
sights.
on the back and say, "This one really likes small folk."
The friend of the wee folk, are you?
I nod. A friend of the dwarves.
His eyebrows raise, understanding the discrepancy, the difference you're implying.
Yes.
Well, I mean, stout's like stout, wouldn't you say? And he kind of
No.
looks at you and he's like, you're not actually all that thick.
Gnome's got 15 con.
He's calling you fat, Norm.
Oh,
He's calling you not fat. He's saying you.
Gnome will shrink himself to the dwarf's height
Mm-hmm.
with reduce.
No, what are you doing? Don't do that.
Oh, well, fuck it, dude. He goes
Dwarf.
down to whatever the dwarf's height, which is like probably 40% smaller.
Yeah. He looks at you quite surprised and goes, "Oh, well, stare bless you today, good sir."
What are you doing? You know we're not meant to be casting any magic outside of official business. Stop that at once. Revert it now.
I nod. Sorry, I'm just so in love with the stare that I forgot myself for a second.
It's not
Wait,
every day
what?
that you meet a well-rounded, joyful cleric or wizard of a wizard. I assume. I don't see a big dangly bit from your neck.
I nod.
My friend, please. I must apologize for this. If word were to get out that my companion here was casting his spells outside of official business, we'd be in lots of trouble. Could I pray that you overlook this small mistake and keep it to yourself?
What'd you say your name was?
I didn't.
Is it just one dwarf, Koibu?
There's one dwarf
four
and 4
halflings.
halflings in the back of the cart, in the potato cart.
Damn it. No one's been
Scratches
drinking a lot today, and I kind of fucked up. I forgot that we were on a stair-only place.
I will
Are you
stop you
asking
if you
me
start-
to not be truthful to the law?
Of course not. Of course not. If you're questioned, then feel free to answer truthfully. But we'd appreciate if you could not go out of your way.
This one loves dwarves so much he wanted to impress you, even putting his own life at risk with the law.
He just looks
just wanted
really
to make a-
confused. It's like, oh, okay. Well, I'm headed that way. I'm headed to
Of course.
Dunton.
To Dunton, yes.
Good
Are you
day.
just bringing these halflings?
Oh, I got a cart full of potatoes. We're heading off to make some whiskey.
I hear you make the best potatoes in all of the Deadlands.
The trick is the spices, and it's hard. It can be difficult to get the right amount of paprika, Doesn't come here. Comes all the way from the Spice Islands over in Arcadia. It's difficult to get in large quantities, but the right amount of paprika with a little salt and a little black pepper, makes the
Yeah.
potatoes just right.
Mwah, mwah.
But
You're,
these are whiskey
import-
potatoes that we're making.
You're importing paprika from Arcadia, right?
Well, I'm not doing it, but, some bloke or lass over there is.
I'll have to check the records. I didn't realize there was that kind of import coming into this island.
You're not the...
I will take out the piece, like the notes, right? The guy wrote, the captain wrote, and I'm gonna take that out and feign with a feather, writing something down and put it back in my pocket.
What
and
feather?
say,
You don't have a makeshift quill on hand? You
I
can't just
literally
magic a quill.
I have feathers, yeah.
Yeah, but you don't have any ink. There's no way you can fake writing. You need to pull out a thing of ink and a feather.
Okay,
It's a more
okay, yeah.
complicated procedure than... I understand what you're doing, but we gotta,
Okay,
material.
well,
Do it anyway, see if he believes it.
I take out the piece of paper and I look at it, sort of go scan it down with my finger, narrow my eyes a little bit, and then look at him.
Isn't
roll
that the
it-
job
roll
of
it
the
back up.
Inquisitor in Ports, my lord?
It is. How much for a few potatoes? Me and my friends are just getting on our way.
Hoping to take them all for whiskey, and they're not cooked. But I'd sell you a potato for a copper.
I flick him a copper. Wait for him to throw me a potato. I'm his height.
Reaches back and attacks you for it, rummages around, pulls out 2 potatoes, looks at them, gives you the better one, and chucks it your way.
I chuck him another copper. Take 2 off my personal wealth.
I should be getting on.
Wait, what
pl-
did he- what did
you-
Season's
what did you
greetings
s-
to you all.
What did you say your name was?
I didn't. And he
Could you tell me
hitches
your
the
name,
donkeys.
please, Master Dwarf?
He stops the donkeys again. Of course, for an agent of Astaire, I'm happy to introduce myself. My name is Mona.
Nice to meet you, Mona. And I will go to shake their hand. And after I'm done shaking their hand, I will pluck a hair from their beard
Ow!
for safekeepings. And then I hand it to Nilrim.
No one will take it and put it in a.
He hitches the
His
donkeys
spell
again
book.
quickly, and they start moving forward. The little halflings on the back all wave to you guys as you go by, and soon you find
I flip
yourself
him off.
and you find yourself on your way once more. But by now, the sun is getting low. You are some miles yet from the main town as it is getting dark, and we are the day before the new moon, so it is gonna get real dark, untravelable dark. You've not yet hit the main town. You guys gonna try and make camp out in the wilds, or are you guys going to try and find a place to stay in one of these
Real
villages?
quick, while this entire conversation was going on, Archie registered none of it because he was way too distracted, fucking laughing his ass off at the tiny houses. He's like, John, look at the doors. Oh my god. He's looking at the fence post. He's like, I could just step over this. This is so look at this shit, dude.
Yeah, you could step over. You're gonna have any trouble getting a drink in this town, then you're not gonna fit in anywhere, Archie. I have to bring it out to you. What are we gonna do, guys? We're gonna keep walking here, or
Let's just make camp. If anything bad happens, I can rope trick us up. Whatever comes will fuck off by the time it's probably over. Seems fine.
Yeah.
Do we have things to make camp? Yeah.
I mean, it's not hot. It's not cold out. You can
Okay.
just like lie down on the grass.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
I must have drank too much on the ship, Captain. I completely forgot where we were. I just.
Yeah, I don't know how. Isn't that your whole reason for leaving?
It's my bad.
Yeah. Just see to it that it doesn't happen again, Nora.
Yeah, I nod.
Can't keep these lies up for forever. Or one time we're gonna slip up. Even my silver tongue has its limits.
To be fair, I think you made it a little bit worse.
I don't know about that.
I
Listen,
think you made it worse.
with stuff like that, you've got to go in heavy from the start. Shut them up. Make sure they don't ask too many questions. That guy was getting suspicious. He'd seen us. He recognized us.
I should have killed him then.
Well, there's no need for that. I mean, that's how we ended up with such big targets on our back in the first place. Murdering innocent dwarves and halflings, it's not good for business.
I wouldn't want to murder a dwarf.
Can we get some of those potatoes with the paprika? That sound delicious.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, here, Archie. I throw him just a raw potato.
I will.
Is this it? Didn't you say
it's
this was
right. Yeah, Archie, I'll cook it for you. We've got a bit of a fire going now. I'm gonna like take some of the, I'm gonna dig a little hole, and then I'm gonna put a little bit of dirt. Like I put the potato in the hole, put a little bit of dirt over it, and then put some of the embers from the fire on top of that, and then put more dirt on top. And then in an hour or two, that should be cooked, and Archie can have a cooked potato.
Oh fuck, that's why the dwarf knew us. Because of the fucking flyers, not
Yeah,
because
right.
not because I had the bard hat on.
No.
I thought he thought that we were the people from Spike's crew. Fuck.
Oh, no, yeah, it's the flyers, right?
18 end, by the way.
I'm like,
You wake up the next
amount of wine,
morning to a little bit of rain falling on you. It's not a lot. It's enough to like wake you up and make you have to go, run for some shelter or some cover. The stars, of course, are never out. They're always, well, they're not always blocked, but they're often blocked by the storms raging above.
Sorry, I just thought it's salt flats, right? I try and find a bit of salt to season the potato with. Just
Oh,
because,
there's the
you know.
salts are in special
Ah.
salty areas next to the shore. You'd have to wander into
Sorry.
town to find that, unfortunately.
I guess it's unseasoned potato. Sorry, Archie.
Yeah, it's not great. No butter, no salt.
Yeah.
He's
Covered in
not
dirt.
particularly enjoying it.
better than the raw potato you were gonna eat.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. The morning comes, the rain falls. It's gentle, it's nice, it's sort of refreshing. Makes you get up early, right as the sun's coming up, and march inland or along the coast. You do. A couple hours later, passing
cast
some
a
of these
spell
salt
in the morning.
flats.
I cast Wizard Luck on the barrel.
You can't.
That
It's no
is now
luck, right?
forever trapped. In
What do
the
you
barrel.
mean? The top. That's a lock, right? Isn't that
Can you
weird?
wizard lock a barrel?
Upon a door, chest, or portal magically locks it. A door?
I guess, yeah. Sorry,
Our
thought
door
it
didn't have
affected-
lock.
I thought it affected like an actual lock, but you're right, it doesn't.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the cat because I feel too risky to like let it out while we're camping, but I will like make a point of like holding it up and like vertical, so it's gonna be hard for the cat to jump
Like
out. And,
Simba?
like checking on it, making sure that it's not too pissed off.
Oh,
I'd
it's
probably get my
so
hand.
angry. It's been trapped in a barrel for like 3 days, 2 days at least. A whole day on
Yeah.
the boat, and then another part of the day on the boat, and then marching across here. It's just in the barrel. Occasionally it gets some food, occasionally it gets some water. But when you go to feed it, it doesn't want the food because it's pissed and it's angry and it's defensive, right? So this poor creature has just been like the most miserable it's ever been in its life. But you're trying to do the
Okay.
right thing. Yeah.
I do my best.
So you end up passing by some more villages. You're the mountain where the mountains get close enough to the shore. The path goes around and actually treads in a village. So you'll have to walk through one of these villages, actually like through the main section of it, for a little while.
I flip the halflings off as we go by.
I ask everyone to like pull their cloaks up over their faces.
Yeah.
Not in the village we're going through, just in the villages we walked past.
Right.
I wear my hat down over my face.
I wear my sombrero that the bard had. I pull it down. It was huge.
It was.
I
It
have
was
nothing
massive.
to wear on my face.
You can see there are a bunch of angry dwarves standing around the salt flats, hands on their hips, sort of pissed because their salt
The
gets made
dwarves.
by evaporation. And it's raining, so it's ruining their evaporative ponds right now. And they stand about grumpy and angry. Other people move to and fro. And 3 hours later, you make it into the town of Oaky itself. It is a smallish town, maybe, 4,000 people-ish. There's a single dock that runs out into the water. There's a couple of boats floating out there beyond the dock, a couple of ships tied to the dock. You can see there are fishermen doing the classic Deadlands fishing technique where they essentially just anchor themselves not too far offshore and then throw the nets in the water, let the fish moving with the current into the nets, and then pull them up and toss them on board and then row themselves back in. You can see that the dock itself has like a wall that goes around it with only one way in and out that's got like a little gate. In theory, you could like hop the wall, but the wall's there mostly to like, symbolically keep people out and have a checkpoint. There's a couple of guards standing nearby. They're all dwarves. The only human that you see around these parts, that you see quickly and easily, is the Inquisitor, wearing their helmet, with their squire running around, hoisting a shield for them, checking in on the things happening down in the port.
The same helmet that the one in Flotsam had.
Yes. But the port itself, like the actual dock area, is walled off from the rest of the town. So you can wander through the rest of the town fairly easily, and you can see over the wall into the port if you need. The Inquisitor is focused on guarding the port area.
Nilram and Sale need to stay away from the Inquisitor. I'm tempted to say that we should split up as well. I don't think we should be walking around as a group of 4. It kind of makes us easier to recognize, I think. So I think we'll split up into 2 groups, like Nilram and Sale, and then me and Archie. And Nilram and Sale need to like stay out of the way of the Inquisitor big time.
Unlucky. I tell you that I wizard locked it, just so the cat couldn't get out at night. And that if you're gonna turn in the cat, I probably have to go with you.
Okay, well let's split it up then. Me and Nilram will go. If you guys want to ask around for this guy, what's his name?
Where will we meet up and when, if you haven't found it yet?
Yeah. So the guy's name is Wilmington. I want to find like a tavern that's on the edge of town, maybe a bit of a scummier looking place.
Let's see, how scummy are the taverns around here? They are not scummy in the slightest. They're all these quaint, nice places with like little flower beds on the windowsills, painted flowers and like vines crawling up the sides. Some of them have like symbols of tradesmen or craftsmen. There's one with like lots of little piles of salt drawn all over the place. It's fucking idyllic.
Oh, look, guys, this is a nice town. Take some leave, relax. We'll meet back here at sunset.
Maybe give them some money, Captain.
Yeah. We can do that. I will give them both 50 silver.
What?
For the day. Yeah. Take 50 silver each, Archie and Sale.
It's $500, right? Not bad.
Hell yeah. It's not
Yeah.
a bad.
I will add those to my character sheet.
That's some spending money right there.
I think I'm walking around with 21 gold for some reason. I forgot to put it in my hoard.
So I'll go into this tavern and see if we get rooms there, Neal. Is it an inn as well? Or? I mean, I'll find one that's a tavern and an inn. I guess.
Sure. You can walk into this first tavern. Give me a perception check as you walk in.
Are you just carrying the barrel through the tavern?
No, I leave it with somebody else outside till I go and do
Who
this.
bears the barrel?
Me, the wizard lock guy.
Got it.
Yeah. I got a 10, so I failed.
Sure, yeah. You step into the tavern. It's small, it's short, it's a little awkward to get through the door. The inside is tall enough that you can kind of stand, but like the rafters come almost all the way to your head. So, don't jump and don't like raise your hand suddenly.
Innkeep. I'm looking for some rooms for the night. Do you have vacancy?
A young dwarven boy trots on over to you, doffs his hat, and says, Yes, we do. Welcome, my friend, to Delaware's home.
Beautiful. A lovely place you've got here. Could do with higher ceilings, but I suppose I can make do.
Oh, it's all right. Just walk around on your knees. That's what all the others do.
Looking for 4 rooms one night.
4 rooms, one night.
4 rooms.
That'll be 20 silver. It includes food and drink, at least dinner and breakfast, and a pair of beers at each.
Amazing. I will give this guy 30 silver.
He looks at the extra silver you gave him and slides 10 of them back to you.
I shake my head and hand it back to him. For a job well done.
Thank you. Thank you, my lord.
All right, we'll be. Which rooms are we in? And I'll take the room so we don't have to wake him up.
Sure. He will lead you. The rooms here are actually downstairs in the basement. And they're just like, there's a hallway, rooms on either side. He just takes you to the first two on the left and the first two on the right. And you can see that there's like another 8, 4 on each side beyond. And he tells you, that we haven't had much call for visitors lately, so place is open. Why not these 4? Good enough for you?
Perfect,
Here you
yes.
go. And they're all dark
you.
and dingy. Each one has like a candle sitting on the outside of the door, and he tells you that, you'll have to take light in. There are some wells to allow light in during the day, but we're on the night of the full moon, so the rooms can get mighty dark at night. So here are the candle holders. If you run out of fire, come on upstairs. We always keep one burning in the hearth. And if you run out of candles, we have more on hand. Just give me a holler.
Of course. Thank you for your hospitality. I have some business in town, but I'll be seeing you later tonight.
What's your business?
Oh, a bit of trade.
I'm an innkeeper. I love to hear about trade. It helps me connect people together. I have had other clients come through. Maybe I can help you. What's your business?
Just picking up some salts. I deal in a bit of this, a bit of that. Take some salt from here, deliver something else from somewhere else. You know how it is.
I suppose you've already got all your contacts then.
I've been here for a while, building up that book of contacts, yeah.
You did look familiar. I must have seen you about in town, but I don't recall you ever patronizing my place before.
No, I used to stay in another place. I forget the name of it now, on the other side of the town. I had some really bad service the last time I was there, so I thought we'd try somewhere new.
Oh, right.
I mean,
He
I have
gives
to
you a
say,
nod.
so far, it's been very pleasant dealing with you.
Motions the way upstairs, heads out with you. And then we're going to flip over to the other players, the other party that's split up. Archie and Sale, where are you guys going?
What are we doing, Sale?
That's a great question. We're looking for Wilmington,
Yeah.
and we were going to meet up at that inn at sunset.
Yeah.
I'd say we'd probably stick. I'll say to Archie, I think it's probably best that we stick to the outskirts of town. That Inquisitor guy, I think he has like the helmet that like lets them know that I'm, really cool. You saw the lightning. Like,
Yeah.
then, we'll. What do you think? Do you think we should just walk around the outside and
We can
see if we can
explore a
find?
little bit. I'll kind of egg Sale on to kind of do another big trick. It's like, you did all these cool things that bomb you had in the water and the lightning. You think you can do a little bit again? It's so cool when you do it, Sale.
It's like, I really shouldn't, but like, I mean, it is really cool.
It's so cool. Do you think I can learn how to do that?
Maybe. I'll ask. You know who? The guy who gave me my powers. I'll ask him. Maybe you could learn to do things like this.
Can I meet him? He seems really cool too.
I don't. He's not a people person. He has one friend, and that's me. I'm the guy. Like you're. He's like I'm like his Archie to Captain Winters.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. He must be really
but
cool then.
He is. He's really, really cool. He gives me lots of help all the time. Except when he doesn't. You know what? He's actually kind of an asshole because I keep asking him for help, and he doesn't do. Well, I guess he gives me my powers, so I guess that's enough help.
I feel like that's really cool. Sometimes I ask John for some things and he disagrees. I think that's okay. I think it's more about staying loyal to your captain than it is, wanting things for yourself sometimes.
Yeah, I would say I'm really loyal to him because I think that's why we understand each other because we're loyal, aren't we?
Yeah,
but
we really are.
He did say this thing once, made me really uncomfortable. He said, when I've gotten rid of the White Prince that he wouldn't need me anymore, but he kind of said it in a way like we were gonna I don't know, like break up afterwards. And maybe I wouldn't survive the. It was weird. You know how someone says something weird like that to you?
That is weird. I don't think Archie's ever said anything like that to me. Oh, sorry. I don't think John's ever said anything like that to me. I think he's. I'd like to think that we go around, we have our adventures, and we get rich, and we travel the seas, and we're gonna hang around and stick together. I wouldn't think why he would ever like leave me, and that's kind of a bad thought. Like, why would you stay loyal to someone knowing that
you're
they'll
right.
eventually leave you hanging?
Yeah, no, you're right. He probably didn't mean it. I should just stay loyal because he's giving me powers and stuff. And I will.
Do you think John would just leave you after accomplishing something? I feel like he's gotten you as part of the crew. I wouldn't want to leave you hanging just because we've gotten something that we wanted and now we're done. Like I feel like we'd like keep you around.
I think Neal would try to get rid of me. I don't know, something about me and that guy. We don't get along at all. He's always like trying to say, remember the name that we're not supposed to say. He's always saying it, and it's like it's making everyone real uncomfortable.
I think Norm just has some different opinions on freezing. Magic Man, he's tough. He's powerful, kind of like you though. Although I feel he's never done anything really cool like you. Like
I think he's actually like a really bad wizard. Don't tell him I said this, but I think he's like not very skilled.
I think he kind of smells too, don't you think? Like he's
Jealous.
No, okay, Archie. All right, I'll. Is there like an effect when I use bless?
Yes, there is a visual effect, and if it's very quiet and you're paying attention, there's also a small audible effect. But you have to be like really paying attention to hear the audio.
I'll be like, okay, Archie, I can't like do big magic here, but like, give me your oh god, what are the things you put on your fists called?
brass knuckles.
Brass knuckles. It's like, give me your brass knuckles, and I'll cast bless on them.
I'll
like
hint
very
them.
surreptitiously, like down a back alley,
Yeah.
and like I'll show him like the very slight glowing.
He thinks this is so cool. Thanks, Sal. I think
No
you're really
worries,
cool.
dude. Thanks. I think you're really cool too. You punched that guy and his head just.
It was
He's gone.
crazy, wasn't it? God damn. Yeah. We certainly taught those people about the Crimson Fist. You like
Yeah.
that name?
I think it's really, really cool. I think it's awesome. Yeah, especially because, you punched a guy and his head exploded. Like that's the best part. Oh, where were we supposed to like find a guy?
Yeah. What were we supposed to do?
I don't know. I really like you, Archie. You know that? I think we're gonna be good friends.
So you guys stand around and have a good time and chat in the back
Yeah.
alleys and play with some magic. Eventually, Captain Winters comes back out of the inn and meets up with Neal, who's got the barrel with the cat in it. And I'm assuming the two of you go looking for this Wilmington dude?
Yeah, I think that's the plan. I want to go into a different tavern and maybe have a drink or two and then try and ask the bartender.
Nilrim, any plans, approaches, things you want to add to the conversation?
No, I'm good.
Cool. Yeah, you can walk into a tavern, have a couple of drinks. This tavern is a little bit deeper in town. And would both of you give me charisma checks?
Best.
Nice. So Nilrim's walking in with the barrel, just having a great old time. Captain Winters, however, notices that there's a lot of glances coming your way, and that kind of makes sense. You're very tall people, a little bit oddly dressed, walking around in a town of dwarves and halflings. You would expect people to be staring openly at you, but you've noticed there's the look isn't like, wow, that's an unusual thing. I wonder who that Tay is. It's more of like, what the? There's like a concern and a worry on their faces. And as you look about, you feel concerned enough that you stop at, you take a bit of a detour, and sure enough, near the port. You're not in the port, but like near the port, plastered on the side of one of these stone buildings, is a wanted poster with the 4 of your faces on it.
I take a look at this. You know, am I wearing my hat?
I can't imagine you wouldn't wear your hat.
No, in the poster, I mean.
Yeah, it kind of cuts off like at the forehead, so the hat is like not super visible in it.
What's my my beard like in the poster?
It would have been what it was like when you were walking around on Flotsam Island, so really scraggly, like
Just
you
a
haven't
reminder.
shaved in a while.
We like Norm shaved his head at the very minimum. And I think we changed up our appearance, but yeah.
You shaved your head, but you wear a hat, so like.
But my hat's new.
That's true. It's a different hat.
Different hat. Way different hat.
The pictures are out of date for your appearance now.
So, we've already had a couple of drinks, and the stares are happening whilst we're drinking.
Yeah.
All right, after I finish the second drink, I'm going to go up to the bar, and I get a couple of gold coins in my hand ready to go. And I go up to the bartender and say, hey, old friend, I'm here to settle top.
Howdy. All right. And he does a quick counting on his fingers of the number of drinks you had. 3
Does he look
each.
worried?
Bartender? No,
Yeah.
he's just sort of doing his thing. 3 each at 5 copper per beer. 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. 30 copper, 3 silver.
I hand the 2 gold, slide them across the counter, and say, look for a guy named Wilmington. He owes me some money. You know where I can find him?
I do.
Nothing
He's-
serious. We're just, I'm a merchant and need to settle my contracts.
Lives in the 2-story house, just this side of the wall of port.
Thank you so much for the help.
You'll see a flag out front. It's got a salt shaker across a sail as a sigil.
Perfect. Thanks for your help, and thanks for the drinks.
Yeah, and he takes a moment and regards you because you gave him 2 gold. That's a huge tip, right? You almost paid 10 times the amount for the drink. So he takes a moment to figure out who the fuck this person is, and I'm gonna give him.
As he's looking at me quizzically, I reach a hand to shake his and say, "Name's Waterford, Captain Waterford."
Captain Washfoot?
Waterford.
Waterford.
Yeah.
Nods his head, grasps your hand, and give me another charisma check. Captain Waterfoot.
You want low?
26.
Unlucky.
Waterford it is, but pronounce
Yeah.
Waterford.
Sorry, your accent
That's okay.
sometimes is hard.
That's okay.
My poor American
You have a very
ears.
posh accent.
Oh yeah, very posh. Everyone always
Very
says
posh, yeah.
it. It's the Scousers that are the real posh ones.
You notice there's just a brief moment where his eyes go just a little bit wide and the pupils dilate for just a moment, and you can see a recognition as you shake his hand and stare into his face. And he tries to hide it, and he keeps his smile going and gives you a wave goodbye, but you can tell he's recognized you.
I think successes for charisma checks are actually bad.
No, he was recognizing me anyway. It was the fact that I recognized that he recognized me.
Yeah.
Okay. Based.
All right. Well, I give him, as I finish shaking his hands and he sort of recognizes me. I give him a slow nod, and then I draw my hand back and we'll walk out.
Sure enough,
All right.
you can walk out.
Let's
Gnome
go.
grabs the
I
barrel,
say.
shakes it a little bit. Does he hear the cow
What the
meow?
fuck? They're
Cat
shaking.
bounces
Christ.
around and
Fucking hell.
It's fine. Cat's chilling.
As we get out of the place, I instruct Neal to go around the side of the building. I want to watch and make sure this guy doesn't immediately run out to tell the
You go around the side, I guess.
Yeah, we'll wait and watch the door.
Takes about 2 minutes before he steps out the door, locks it shut behind him, and trots off in the direction of the
Piece of
dock.
shit.
Nah, I fucking grab him as soon as he starts locking the door, pull him around the corner.
I will roll a d10 for surprise, and I'll give him a penalty because this is an unlikely thing for him. Yes, he is. No, he's not surprised. You must make just
Jesus.
enough noise as he comes around the corner for him to startle. Go ahead and make me an attack roll against AC 10.
Keep in mind, Nilrim is also ready, so he might magic missile if he gets away. But yeah.
Flank attack or anything like that?
Back attack,
yeah,
right?
+1 for flank, coming from the side of him. Easy peasy. You grab a hold of the dwarf.
You drag him around the corner, out of view.
Whoa, 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 whoa. I don't need any trouble there. No, no, no.
Wait, wait.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Listen, I thought we were getting on well. Where the fuck do you think you're going?
For a walk?
No, I don't think so.
Let's have a conversation with him in the rope trick.
No, don't cast any spells. Listen, dwarf.
Oh my god, it is you.
Can you? How much gold do I have to give you to shut your mouth? At least for a few days.
He holds up both his hands, wiggling his 10 fingers before you.
I draw a dagger from my butt, like sheath.
He gulps
How
and
much
closes his
gold?
eyes.
How much gold?
He still says 10?
Five pieces of gold.
Captain, we can't trust him.
I give him 10 gold. All right.
He holds his breath, like accepting the gold in his hands, but still waiting for the second blow. The second shoe? The second shoe to drop.
I give him 10 gold, which is a
As
lot.
he's giving him 10 gold, I'd let him know we're not bad people. Do not always believe what the White Prince tells.
Didn't you murder a whole bunch of soldiers?
No.
They tried to enslave us. You should see what they did on Sulphur Island. This White Prince of yours is not the saint he claims to be. I understand you got duties, but just keep your mouth shut for a couple more days. We'll be out of here. Then you can tell whoever you want.
The dwarf nods his head up and down very, very fast.
I'll be coming back around this way tonight. I don't want to see any trouble. Trust me, if the guards come for me, they won't catch me, but I'll get to you before I leave.
The head shakes rapidly.
All right, let's go.
God, I love dwarves. And he picks up the barrel and we continue on.
He goes back to the door, unlocks it, goes inside, slams it shut. You hear it lock, and then you hear like a second lock and a third lock. And then the shutters begin to across the whole tavern.
There were people in there, though, right?
No, you guys were the only ones in the middle of the day here in the tavern.
All right.
We hurry on to the guy's 2-story house.
Yeah,
Easy
we go to
peasy
the
to
house.
find. Yeah, it's one of the only 2-story buildings in town. It's right next to the wall around the dock. You can look over the dock and see the Inquisitor there, who is sitting in a chair, rocking back and forth, long sword across his lap in its sheath. His squire is nearby holding... Actually, no, the squire can't be nearby because he's holding the shield. The squire set the shield against the wall of the house maybe 30 feet away and is holding an umbrella over the Inquisitor to keep them out of the rain as they scan the port and more or less chill because nothing's going on.
All right, when I get a view on him, I'm going to make sure we go around the way to this guy's house that stays completely out of his potential view line.
Yeah, it's not... I mean, it's a little bit difficult, but you can do it.
And I'll go up to the door, and no one's going to like stay out of the way until the guy answers the door.
Yeah.
I'll go and knock on the door and wait for him to answer.
You give a couple of
gonna-
raps.
I'm gonna pull the cat out. The way I do it, keep the barrel closed. I put my hand in. I assume it's gonna fucking attack me. Yeah. I'm gonna find and grab its scruff, which disables the cat.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna hold him scruff. Hold his bottom, give him some nice support.
Mm-hmm.
I don't wanna present the guy, cat in a fucking barrel.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So I wanna have the cat,
All right.
looking
so-
presentable.
Yeah, I knock on the door. I wait for an answer.
Yeah, it takes a few moments, and then there's some heavy thuds coming down a wooden staircase. Door opens, and there's a dwarf standing before you. Takes a look up at you.
Does this dwarf look like a servant, or does he look like a noble?
Looks like a merchant class, maybe, or some above a servant, below a noble.
Greetings there, friend. I'm looking for Wilmington.
You found him.
I ran into a friend of yours. Interesting.
I'll come around the corner, I think. at this
Can we
point.
come inside?
I'll come around the corner with the cat held,
If you
not
give me your
menacingly.
name, I'll let you inside.
Does he see the cat?
Yeah.
He sees the
name's,
cat. He's a little concerned, but
My name's Captain Waterford. I ran upon the stranded ship of a Captain Starbuck. There's a note in there. References you.
Come right on in. He throws open the door and gestures inside.
All right, we come in.
And then he yells, Starbuck! I think someone's found your cat!
He's alive?
Aye, that he is.
I can't believe the old bastard escaped.
And soon enough, someone comes thundering down the stairs. A human. A human woman with blonde hair.
I let the cat down.
And a blue
I let
shirt.
the cat down. Yeah.
The cat, hisses at you and then turns and like bounds up the stairs. And Starbuck and the cat are reunited momentarily as the cat like purrs and runs around the ankles. Starbuck grabs the cat and holds it tight.
Well,
And
I
looks
wasn't
over to you.
expecting to find you alive.
I
Nice
think
to
I
meet
said
you.
woman. It's a man. Sorry, it's a
That's
guy.
okay.
5'8", 156 pounds.
Didn't expect you to be alive, Starbuck.
I
Name's
didn't
Waterford.
expect myself either. I thought I was dead out there, but blessed be the gods, for they have paved my way to greatness. Thank you so much for bringing back Mamushi. Oh,
Of course. And
squeezes the cat
thanks for the
tight.
notes. I might have stayed the night out there if it weren't for your warnings.
I assume you're here for the reward.
Yes, well, also to return the car, of course. I tried to enamor him to myself, but he wasn't having it. Well, she wasn't having it, sorry. Feisty thing. I think it's we're missing you. And listen, I wasn't going to say anything, but I had to stop it from running away. I've been keeping it in somewhat unideal conditions while we've been sailing. I do apologize for that. I tried to do my best with it, but I didn't want to risk it getting away.
Starbuck nods their head at you, accepting what you're saying. Not too, the cat's here, the cat's alive. In the moment, that's all that matters. All the other details fade away. Maybe if it was a less emotional thing, that they would be more inquisitive about it. And instead, they just trot back upstairs with a, hold on, I'll be right back. And the dwarf down below sits.
I turn to
waits,
the dwarf. Lovely place you've got here.
looks at Nilrum. Looks at
You would
you.
nod.
Back at Nilrum. Stares hard at Nilrum and goes, ain't you the rogue wizard that's been running around?
We both turn to the dwarf, wide-eyed.
No, nods a little bit.
All right.
We got a problem?
Well, I assume you're not here to fuck me up, are you?
Of course
No.
not. I'm here to return the cat. Let me ask you, the man they say I am, would I have returned this cat? Would I have gone through all this trouble? Look at my face. Look at these scars. Look at my arms.
They say not much about you other than you're wanted for murder, which is, same thing they say about everyone that's wanted. So,
Yeah, well,
drugs.
if a man tries to enslave you and you kill him, does that make you a murderer?
Look,
Yes.
I try not to get involved in other people's politics. Less time spent arguing with strangers, the better.
Appreciate that, Wilmington. You're a good one.
I slap whatever table's near me. This is why I like dwarves, They don't fuck around.
True. Wear
Aye.
it on your sleeves. You know where you stand with a dwarf.
Yeah.
About
Talk
3
to a
feet above
dwarf.
them.
How'd you
I
get
laugh
on the
nervously.
island? He says. The
We
Inquisitors got to walked across
We,
the seas.
We made land on the other side of the mountain.
Oof. Nasty bit of desert over there.
Yeah.
Nothing a dwarf can't handle.
A few minutes later, down comes Captain Starbuck.
Yeah.
A chest in tow, and plops it on the ground, kicks it open before you, and it has got maybe 10,000 silver in it.
Well,
I did
So
promise
this-
you the cat's wealth because I thought I wouldn't survive. But since I have, and since you don't need to care for the cats for the whole time, then I figure half the treasure is worth returning the cat to me rather than caring for it to the end of its days.
worth the trip out here, Starbuck. Appreciate it. And I close the chest and
As
pick it
you
up.
do so, he winces hard. I really thought that was my farewell letter. Loath to part with so much silver at this point, but a deal's a deal, and Captain Starbuck sticks by his word no matter what it was, no matter how much he may regret it.
Well, you were a captain. Are you looking for a new ship?
I've got my designs for a ship of my own.
Thing is, Starbuck, the letter said all the treasure, so, don't try and guilt trip me on this. I'll take half, but...
The letter also said you would be responsible for the cat, and here you are just dropping it off.
Well, I'll take all
that's
the
not
treasure
full
and the-
responsibility.
If you'd
I'll
like,
take
we
all
can
the
take all the
treasure.
treasure and the cat.
Yeah, exactly.
No, half the treasure, and I'll keep the cat. Square
Very well.
deal.
Yeah.
If I were a
that's fine.
dishonest man, I wouldn't even have told you this was half. Hell, I'd have given you just 10 and told you it was all.
Oh, I wouldn't have bought that.
Well,
Could have an
But,
issue.
I'll, 10,000 silver, more than enough. I'll take it. Thanks for doing business with me. We appreciate. Times are tough. Schedules are tight. I've got another stop to make, so I'm gonna be on my way.
I flick him a silver and tell him to buy the cat. Something nice.
he makes a dex check to try and catch the silver.
Catch it.
And he catches it.
Nice.
Pockets it quickly, gives you a nod, picks the cat back up. The dwarf opens the door for you. Good luck out there. You'll want to be getting out of town right fast.
Yeah, as I'm walking, I turn around to him and I say, yeah, Wilmington, Starbuck, if you guys ever need anything that we could help you with, I'm sure we'll be back here at some point. You mind if I stop in?
Not at all. How would we go about getting in touch with you if we needed services from someone like you?
Not so easy. I'll touch base at some point in the future. You need something, you'll find us.
Well, I'll whisper to Captain Winters in his ear. We could tell him to contact Lady Nightingale. Then we can get the message that way.
I turn back to him and say, how trustworthy are you two?
They're dwarves. Well, he's a dwarf.
I mean, I know who you are, and I'm not turning you in, says the Wilmington, to which Starbuck looks inquisitively, not understanding.
You know, Flotsam Isle?
Aye.
We don't stay there, but we have a contact there. Lady there, Nightingale. Leave a message with her. We'll get to us.
Good. Well,
All right.
good luck, lads. May a stare bless your journey. And he makes a little triangle in the air.
Of course, yeah. May this day and every other day going forward.
I'll call over to the Captain Starbuck and give him like a rough, this is the island your past ship is the closest to if you want to go get it.
Mm-hmm.
Just give him a heads up on it.
Yeah.
He begins to tell you a story about how he rode out past the kelp, and
We
was
got
picked
shit
up
to
by
do,
another ship,
buddy.
and yeah.
Yeah.
You guys can head out.
All right.
Back
yeah.
on the other side with the other characters. You guys are in your alleyway having a good time, chatting about this, chatting about magic and whatnot, when someone comes down the alleyway. It's just a drunken dwarf looking for a place to piss, right? So he just steps into the alley away from things, unbuttons the pants, whips out his junk, does his business, and takes a side glance over towards you all and gives you "Oi, how's it going, lads?"
I think you're muted, Jan.
Oi, nice cock, mate.
And that's our show, everybody. We'll catch you. Kidding. He gives you a nod and goes, "You're a bit tall."
No, mate, you're just a bit drunk. You're saying things.
That might be true. And he starts doing the sideways walk coming down the building. So, he's still peeing on the wall, but getting a little bit closer as he tries to make some conversation. I thought I knew all the biggins that live around here. You must be new or just stopping by? Why'd you leave the port?
Oh, we're just here wandering around town, having a look at things and seeing how the small folk live. I've never met any dwarves before I came here, and you guys seem all right. You guys seem great.
It's pretty funny, your little house and everything. I'm really enjoying my time.
Oi, piss off!
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think we mean to offend you. It's just all new to us.
But what do you mean, piss? It's funny. What are you talking about?
Little
They're like little
houses.
doors.
I could hear the tone difference in that. Fucking
You have like little doors, little cups. It's hilarious. I don't know.
look,
They
not
are, they-
everything about me is as little as it is on you, he says with a hefting of his pants while he starts to button himself up. And he turns to start wagging his finger and start telling you off. And he stops. He looks from one, looks to the other, and goes, Oi! Aren't you the Mad Fists? Huh? And you? Aren't you that heretic? And then he
Heretic?
realizes what he's saying, and he starts to back up. Oh, oi, look, lads, I didn't see nothing. I'm a...
Archie's ecstatic that he has like a name, that he has like a he's the Mad Fist. He thinks it's so cool.
I'll
I'll be like, heretic. You must have heard the news wrong. I'll make like a little Astaire triangle. It's like I worship Astaire. There's no heresy here.
Yeah, of course you do, my lord.
I was like,
High
come over
cleric,
here.
sir.
Actually, I want to hear more about the customs of the dwarven people who live here.
I've got my business to attend, sir. Good luck to
but-
both of you. And
Surely,
Wait,
I'll like
wait.
put my hand on his shoulder. I like walk up towards him and like go to put my hand on his shoulder.
yep.
And I'll be like, surely you'd want to get to know some new people in town.
I've left my shop running, and it needs some tending to.
Do all dwarves get drunk at work? Is that like a dwarven custom?
I mean, when you're a brewer, it comes with the business.
Do I get a chance to like notice why he's freaked out? Or I assume he knows because he thinks we're the guys, right? I don't actually need to perception check that.
Yeah, I mean, he called you the renegade, the heretic, so that's got to be it, right?
Tell me more about the Mad Fist. What did you hear about him? He sounds cool as fuck. No.
There's just a name I heard about a man who with brass knuckles who beats people to death.
Yeah. And oh, you know, I think I heard. Go ahead.
Did they say anything about like him like looking cool as he beats them to death, or like any special things about like his punches or anything? Or
He's called the Mad Fist because, you know, when he starts beating people, he goes into a blind rage and just starts smashing things together. But you couldn't be him. He was not nearly as handsome as you.
I don't know about blind range. You know, punching people that's more of an art than a raid. It requires a lot of fortitude.
I didn't come up with the name, sir. I'm just repeating what people have said. I've never met the Mad Fister myself.
Yeah. I guess you haven't, huh? But like,
Right.
if you had met him, like, would you want him to show you how like cool his punches are?
No. If I met the Mad Fists, I would. Let me show you what I would do. He says. And he like takes his hat and he goes. I would raise my hat to him, say, "How do you do?" And then like this, I would turn around, and I would walk away. And he starts to walk away. Would you guys let him go?
Archie, what would the captain do if he was recognized in town?
Archie has to think about this for a while, so he might get a little further away during this. I think he would tell him that that's not him. He would make up like a cool fake name and like a story, and maybe talk to him for a little bit.
Yeah. Should we stop him? Because I think this could be a problem for us.
I mean, he said he doesn't think that it's me, right?
But what if he was lying? That's really bad for us, right? I think we should.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, let's stop him. Okay,
Let's go. Let's go
stop
after him, man.
You can.
I'll be like,
walk around the alley because he's walked to the edge. He started to go to the side. He's just around the corner, and
I'll,
you
like,
can
yank him back in.
give me just a roll to hit at +2 for back attack. His back is to you as you try and grab him.
Sure.
Easy peasy. You grab hold of the dwarf. Give me a strength check to drag him back. He's got 3 plus 5 plus 5. He's got 13
34.
strength, and there's no way he can beat that. He puts up a weak resistance, and you just drag him into the alley. Yes?
You know, if we were the heretic and the what was it? Insane Fister? Was
The
it
Mad
what his name
Fists.
was? The Mad Fist. Yeah, if we were that guy, you know, if someone recognized us in town, I like prompt Archie to like do that.
He'll do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, I don't think that would end well for him. If we were those guys. You know, I heard. I don't know if it's true. I heard that if he punches you, your head explodes.
Really?
Definitely have heard that.
Can he make my ex-wife's head explode?
Oh yeah, we could definitely do. I mean, they could definitely do that.
He could make anyone's head explode.
Oh. It's a useful thing. Thank the gods, all of them, that you're not the Mad Fists or the heretic.
Yeah. Well, we haven't introduced ourselves yet, have we?
I
good.
can't remember.
I'll think for a long time about this.
I'll wait patiently for Archie to give his name.
Archie.
Archie, nice to meet you. My name is Talent. Pleasure. And you? He says, looking to the sail.
Oh, you know, my name is you know, I forgot what my own name is. What would you like to call me?
The kind-hearted man in the alley.
That's definitely not my intent here, because I think you're going to go tell on us, aren't you? You're going to go tell the man with the hat that sees bad people about us, aren't you?
Willpower check for the dwarf. Takes a deep breath. Steadies his feet. Looks you in the eye and goes, "You're right. Look, I'm not normally a coward. I'm just a little afraid, but you're absolutely right. I was planning on going and telling the Inquisitor I had seen the two of you here in this alley. Lord Astaire gives me wisdom and guidance, tells me to always be truthful, even if it means hard times for myself.
But
so I'm giving
you
you the
lied
God's
to us.
honest truth."
You told us you didn't think we were those guys. I'll turn to Archie and be like, Archie, you know what we do to liars in our crew?
Yeah, I do know. I'll crack my knuckles again.
Say, I think this guy needs to be punished as a liar.
You're right. A drinking contest. No? Ah.
No.
How about a demonstration of my own mad fists then?
If you can beat Archie in an arm wrestle,
Barchi.
we won't kill you.
He
Oh, Barchi.
aims a fist for your crotch, Sale.
Oh, okay.
It's a wild miss.
I'm going to try to like
I
grab
told
him.
you it's an art.
I'm going to try to grab him around the neck and like cover his mouth.
Give
Here,
me an
I'll-
attack roll
look.
against AC 10.
High ground, because he's not a dwarf.
No, you don't get high ground just because you're taller than someone. Not a problem. You grab the dwarf. You can put a hand over his mouth even. Archie, what are you going to do?
Here, listen, let me show you. It's all about the form. It's all about the swing, okay? Don't think about your fist. Don't think about your arm. You gotta think about your body, about your form, okay? Your body is guiding. It's kind of like rowing. Your entire body is guiding your movement. It's not just there's a lot of finesse that goes into this, you know.
Give
Here,
me a
let me show
strength
you.
check, Potato,
like,
while Archie talks and the dwarf resists.
Sure.
Oh, he fails. All you got to do is beat me to 21. Yeah.
Let me show you. Can you hold me against the wall real quick?
Yeah, I'll like. I don't know how that would like physically work, but I'll like try to beat Archie's demand to like somehow like press his head against the wall. Kind
Yeah.
Does he get plus
hand on
4?
the face. Yeah, +4 to hit because he's being held like this. He's still resisting. He's not entirely incapacitated, so just the +4.
So it's about the lean back that's important, right?
of. He's an artist.
And you got to wind up, take the breath before you swing, and then just let it go.
You crack him in the chest.
Oof.
Roll me damage. And he goes down in a heap with a couple of cracked ribs. You can tell right away, Sale, as a trained as a trained medic, that he's not dead. He's at 0, and if left alone, he will recover. Although he's got some broken ribs.
Well, that was fun, Archie. That was
Do you
I
think
think
you learned something?
I think he learned the value of telling the truth. I'm not lying.
I like doing these. Like I like explaining my craft to people. Do you think maybe little Bobby would enjoy having a little like training session with me?
Yeah, I think you could actually maybe train him to like fight like you.
Yeah.
Imagine the two of you guys having this conversation as you walk out of the alleyway, leaving the
Yeah.
dwarf unconscious.
Yeah.
Yeah. The party will inevitably meet back up.
At the tavern.
Yeah.
I think that's what we call it.
Yeah, I mean, I think we spend one. I mean, I'm tempted to leave the town and camp elsewhere, but if we can avoid running into the innkeeper, I think we can just sleep here and leave at first light in the morning. But I think we can do that next time.
Yeah,
Sure.
let's do it next week.
Great.
Yep.
Then that will wrap us up for this week. We will be back next week with more Tides of Death.
Remember to go to the Reddit thread at r/Koibu. Leave your
Yes.
feedback.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
Please do.
Twitch
There
Primes also.
was something else that we tried to say at the last break, but I cut you off.
Oh yeah,
Said it,
remember
yeah.
to use your Twitch Primes. If you're not using it, you're losing money. Just click subscribe. See if it says subscribe for free anywhere. It's free.
Just do it, yeah.
What you said.
There you go.
Cool. We'll catch you guys
Thanks
next
for
week.
watching. Yep.
Bye-bye.
All right.
Bye.